wild, wild. Wicked wild, wicked wild, wild west. Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't want nada. None of this. Six gunning this, brother running this. Buffalo Soldier.
Episode 112,
wow.
dude.
Peaches.
1tweezy, dude.
Peaches and cream.
Dude, that's exactly what I was
Yep.
literally thinking.
Yep. We were actually just talking about peaches and cream.
Yeah, we were.
We were just talking about female sexuality.
Yep.
And how much we fucking hate it.
Love it, dude.
No, dude. Fucking stop being sluts.
I just read a book on female sexuality.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, or just like the whole female enterprise, like what they're up to.
What the fuck are they up to? I got a decent idea, but
I mean, they used the myth of Aphrodite and Psyche to try to map out why, what's women's ultimate quest, because they basically dude's quest is in these stories is you go out, it's like the Peterson thing, you go out into chaos and you try to make something of yourself, and you go on these you go on quests basically. So then they're that's dude psychology, going out and trying to conquer and all that stuff, which plays out if you think about it. It's that actually plays out. They're saying women's thing is more identifying, and it's you say this shit anymore, you get crucified, but it's the idea for most women.
well, I'm glad we're opening with it.
Yeah, the idea, according to this book, for most women, in their heart of hearts, then you don't think about a cultural veneer or anything. It's what makes them tick. And these are guys who have seen women clinically, thousands of them over the course of 25 years. And they're saying a lot of it is wanting to, they want to find a dude who's out there crushing it and then identify and bond onto them. So that's that's kind of the quest. But in order to do that, instead of they're being out there and fucking and it's not even just the fact that it's women, it's the fact that if your girlfriend dunked a basketball, you'd be all right, fucking get down.
Yeah, stop. Stop
so
dunking.
So there's
God damn it, I can barely touch the backboard. I can get foam on the backboard. Stop fucking dunking.
Dude. So there was never a strong drive for women to go out there and fucking ransack and do
yeah.
Because it play, and people who are because the whole point of it was for a woman to they want to identify and bond to a strong a dude that they that they can kind of get their male.
Yeah.
They want a strong enough man where they can that can satisfy the male part of them. Otherwise, they have to tap into their own inner animus.
Oh shit!
Which is an interesting side point, is because as dudes now for some reason are getting more effeminate, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How they're oh, I'm not a man. I'm like a pussy, dude. And it's supposedly that the cool thing that's in vogue right now. But it's really it's that the men are tapping into their inner anima to get in a level with this girl's animus. It's real. But if there's a dude who comes along who's strong enough, he's just yo, fucking knock that shit off, and they'll just be all right, fuck it. So the whole point of it, I get kind of lost in my own stuff. Oh, it's so instead of a guy out questing and doing shit, girls is want to be hot as fuck. So it's the Snow White myth of looking in the mirror and is anyone hotter than me? So they're in this battle of trying to establish hot rank at all times. Yeah,
it's to get the guy who's on the sickest quest.
For sure.
Yeah, yes.
And that's the myth of Aphrodite and Psyche. Is Psyche is the archetype of the young beautiful virgin who people are she's so beautiful and virginal people don't even want to touch her. It's the Virgin Mary thing of just this pure womanhood. And Aphrodite is the chaotic, I'm the prettiest in the land. And Aphrodite's always trying to fuck with Psyche.
Leave Psyche alone, dude. I love Psyche.
Yeah, well, that's the story of
Aphrodite stop being a fucking bitch.
They all have that inner Aphrodite. Dude, it's when a new girl comes around, it's I don't know, she's not even that hot.
Yeah, of course.
She's not even that hot. And dude, whether people want to acknowledge this or not, this is real girl psychology.
Yeah.
And they're just scanning all the time, and dudes pick up on this when they're in a social setting, and I'll watch dudes try to establish some sort of dominance within the a social setting, and it's just nature playing out. But yeah, that's what girls are up to. But now it's this whole career thing of I'm gonna have a kick-ass career, and it's okay,
yeah,
you can do that if you want, But I don't know.
You don't think women should work?
I think they should work. I don't care, but it's
just fucking with it.
No, I mean I don't. But in terms of being I'm gonna be a kick-ass professional woman, it's all right.
Yeah, go get it.
You're kind of fighting upstream, but yeah, if you want to.
Wow.
Well, apparently a lot of them tap out. They hit fucking 32, and they're what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
They just run their biological clock into the ground. They're just so what? I have fucking $200,000. What the? You know what I mean? A lot of them bug the fuck out. So it's weird. They're all getting like, they're doing this shit. Or they'll have like kids and be like, oh my God, I'm like not even a mom. Like, I'm like so not a mom. And it's like, whatever. Why'd you have a fucking kid? It's just weird. They're like, they're fighting themselves. And to be like, yeah, I just want to have kids and chill. They'd be like, ugh, you've been brainwashed.
Yeah.
So that's what I was reading. I read a book. It was like a short book, but it goes through like the myth of Psyche and Aphrodite and shows like through the myth what women like face mentally, like what their challenges are. Yeah. It was weird. It's very strange. You try to read it and it's like, it makes sense because it barely makes sense. You know what I mean? You read it and you're like, damn, this is fucking confusing as shit. But that's what I was reading. That's what I read this week. That was my weekly read.
It's a good read.
It's tight. I hope I'm doing it justice, but it was...
Sounds like you nail it.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty tight. But it was funny, too, because these guys wrote this shit, and like I'm like, dude, the fact that this dude wrote this book on women's psychology must have been getting pilloried by people.
Oh, he must have been killed.
Yeah. It's like, and you think you know? You think you fucking know what I do? Yeah, it's like, yes.
Yeah, it's funny you could psychoanalyze any dude on Earth. Mm-hmm. No dude on Earth would be like, you think you fucking know me? You think you can tell me what to fucking do?
Or if they did, any other dude would be like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, it's like,
why are you being a pussy?
Well, that's the other thing, too, in a relationship, just the way it plays out. I think you've said this before. If, like, you've definitely said this before. It's like, you don't, and like, to, like, introduce a girl to your family, they don't have to be like, does she have a job? Yeah. She's not working? Like, it's just, they're not under that pressure. No. They don't need to be. Because it doesn't make sense to be. Yeah. It's like, like you're like just your kid suckling from you. You're like, hold the baby. I got to fucking take this call, right? It just doesn't make, it's just nonsensical. And it's not like saying like you should be banned to like chained to your fucking stove, but it's like, if I was crapping out a baby, I'd probably be like, all right, let me think about what I should do. It's, you know, it's a fucked up take. I get it.
It's not that fucked up. But I just don't have anything to add.
It's fucking not. That's the thing.
It's like, not fucked up.
I get why people are like, you know, you know, I don't know. I see the bad side of it. I do, but at the same time, it's like,
yeah, it's just a generalization.
I can't crap out a baby, bro.
It's just a generalization.
But yeah, if you don't have babies,
there's obviously outliers to this. Sure, there are women that are career driven. Obviously, yeah. You know, there are black chicks that can dunk in the WNBA.
Can they?
Some, like
for real?
Like one.
That's tight.
I think Candace Owens could throw down.
Nah,
she could dunk.
Candace Owens can dunk?
I think so.
The fucking black conservative?
No, I got that wrong. Candace Parker. Candace Owens can definitely dunk, dude. Throws down tomahawks. The black conservative.
Like, really?
Candace Parker.
If you had been like, no, there's a video of Candace Owens dunking, I'd be like, all right.
You're back on the train.
Fuck it. Yeah, I guess you got
I mean, yeah, if Candace Owens dunked, the left would implode.
Oh, that would
suck, like, that'd be the most ultra powerful woman ever.
So Candace Parker did dunk.
Candace Parker can dunk.
How tall is she?
She's probably like 6'2", 6'1". Okay. 6'3". I don't know. How tall is she? Because I mean, she can definitely jump higher than me.
She's 9'6".
Yeah. She still misses it. Yeah, they. Remember we watched that dunk contest?
The girls'
that high school dunk contest or college?
No.
There was a girl that could dunk. She was in the dunk contest.
I don't remember. I must have repressed her.
Yeah, there were dudes that were doing like throwing it off the backboard and doing a 360.
Oh yeah, and the girl, like,
and then one girl would go up with one hand and dunk.
It was like your one
10,
friend who could dunk in high school,
10.
and you're like, "Whoa, that's fucking cool! You could dunk." Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Candace Parker, height 6'4". All right, good.
Okay.
Yeah, she's an inch taller than me. That's why she can dunk and I can't.
Sure. How close can you get to dunking?
Not even fucking close, dude. Although after this keto diet,
you might dunk.
I can probably dunk right now.
You should keto.
I had a pack of bacon earlier today. I can definitely dunk.
For sure, dude. You should Joanna, man, and just go keto.
I will.
It'd be pretty tight.
Just a bald... I'll just keep my haircut. Not even change anything.
You should Joanna, man, and get cut, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, get cut.
Dude,
get fired from the Sparks.
I got like into this wormhole about Rachel Dolezal the other day.
Yeah, how she's the best.
Dude, my whole my whole thing is that like she gets laughed at by like the most lib of liberals will be like, oh my god, like if you bring up Dolezal, they're like, oh my god, please, that's ridiculous. You know what their like take against why you should be able to laugh at her for trying to change races is? You know their reasoning?
No, why?
Because it's a privilege. Because a white person can more easily fake black. Although I think that's kind of offensive.
I think
someone who's thinking about transing myself.
You should trans.
I might trans racially.
Yeah.
So it's like
So you're just gonna go blackface 24/7?
Well, that was the thing
just
about her.
Just go straight, like not even brown, just thick black makeup on your face at all times, and just be like, I am black.
That was the thing about her. It was like, it is fucked up because it's like, so the whole story. I think I've said this before though, but the whole story is like she claims to be of getting like molested by her family, her religious family, and they were getting like severely. Her and her adopted black siblings were getting molested and severely beaten.
Yeah.
And when she came out, that's when her parents were like, Scooby Doo to her, and like, no, she's fucking white.
Yeah, rip that
So
mask.
in order for her, she had like this traumatic childhood who like any other like liberal minded person would be like, oh my God, that's horrible. But she dealt with it by like mildly blackfacing. That was her fucking, was
such a sick way to handle it.
That was her happy thought. She was just like, I'm black.
Dude, I wish everybody that got PTSD just did blackface. Instead of all our troops committing suicide, how sick would it be if all our troops just went full blackface? You just see a dude walking around the mall, just a thick blackface on.
Oh man,
be like, damn, we lost another troop.
You're that fucking warrior.
He's got PTSD. You'd salute dudes with blackface. Be like, thank you for your service, bro. And then you could steal valor by doing blackface.
You could, dude.
Go get a free Annie Ann's pretzel.
You didn't earn that. You got to earn that.
Some other dude in blackface would call you out. Be like, yeah, what squad were you with? Where were you?
What motherfucking squad were you with?
Oh, dude. Do dudes tap dance and blackface at each other?
Yeah, so
can't even tap dance, dude. You don't have PTSD.
She solved her traumatic childhood by mild blackface, and then like did all this like
and then fought for black civil rights.
Fantastic work in the black community. Just full like the weirdest thing in the world. But it's so weird for someone to be like, it's just even like if you try to question well, even by that logic of like, it's easier for a white person to trans black, which is like not really.
Tell that to Sosa, dude. Tell that to old Sammy Sosa, dude.
Yeah, dude. Or look at me.
Trans.
If I were to try to trans to black, it wouldn't be easy. People would be like, dude, why is that white guy? Like, I'd instantly get caught in blackface. So it's like, there's a small percentage of people who can kind of like sneakily do this. But by that logic, it's easier for women to trans to men. All you need is a fucking haircut and to go to Target and buy some dungarees, dude. And it's like, you're a fucking dude. For a guy, you got to get like fucking tits. You got to like take, the girls
trans to a black woman. You mean?
No. It's easier. I'm talking about just men and women now. So it's like to be like, well, she couldn't. Those all can't racially trans because it's privileged on her part.
I hear you.
But it's in that level. It's like, all right, well, as a man,
it's harder for me to trans to become a woman,
dude. It's so much harder.
Yeah.
But and as a girl, it's like dungarees, pocket tee,
baggy t-shirt,
cut the hair off.
Shave your head, get a nice baseball hat.
You're fucking in, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take hormones and get jacked, but at that point, you're just being a pig.
Get like jacked. A wheat hanging out your mouth. You know what I mean?
Well,
just become a cowboy.
Women take hormones too.
Yeah.
The trans, but it's like, you're kind of juicing, bro.
Yeah, getting jacked, taking roids,
it's like
dude.
You're kind of juicing, dude. This is kind of now I'm threatened because now you're juicing. I'm gonna get fucking. You're gonna fucking beat me up.
So you're afraid of trans men?
Yeah.
Women that have transed into men?
They're taking hormones, dude.
They're getting they're roided out.
They're literally taking testosterone.
That's what that one dude in GameStop was on. You see him?
No.
Holy shit, dude. It's great. It's one of the better videos out right now.
What happened?
It's this GameStop guy it's old, but clearly a dude. Mm-hmm. Like 100% a man.
Sure.
But he's wearing like women's clothing. And I guess the GameStop employee might have said, misgendered him. Her.
How dare.
And this fucking dude spazzed. It's funny because
he started wrecking
He
shop.
starts screaming and it's just straight up man voice again.
He turned into real life Mario Party, dude.
Ma'am. You call me ma'am. And it's like, yes, this is amazing. It's so funny. You got to see it.
You call me ma'am, you fucking pussy.
Yeah, dude. He's like, I want to speak to your fucking manager.
Dude, so that's the thing. Like, there's people who
he roided out.
People will get ridiculous. Well,
a trans dude roid raged in a fucking GameStop.
If you're that's the other thing too. If you're taking hormones, it fucks with your head.
Yeah,
you're 9 times more likely to kill yourself. It might be like 4, but if you start taking hormones, they always say that though. They're like, oh, trans people need to kill themselves. Which people are definitely fucking dogging. People are dogging trans people for sure. But there's that like people take like SSRIs, and there was that study where like teenagers were killing themselves and shit from taking like depression pills.
Oh wow!
If you fuck with your testosterone hard enough, your chances of killing yourself like quadruple.
Yeah, it's sick that we all have odds.
What?
Personally.
Oh, for sure.
Like, what are the odds I kill myself?
Well, the odds...
And then it's like you take some pills and it's like that just doubled. It's like, well, what was the original one? Can you find 50, out? 50. Can you scientifically tell me the original one? Because I'd love to know where I'm at.
So there's like I think age is a big one. The biggest age range is 40
to kill yourself.
Yeah, it's like I see that 37 to like 49.
Yeah, 31. It's like I still could pull this thing out. I could still make something happen. Yep. But once you start to hit 40 and 50, it's just like, shit.
Yep.
Didn't pan out.
Or it's
Fuck
like,
it.
Or like you have like, I mean, dude, there's like the levels of having kids too. Of like, say you're 30, you have a kid, like this and then you slowly your life's falling apart, and you watch this like kid that you created's life fall apart. That can start getting dark.
Watch a shitty kid.
Yeah, you're like, fuck, man, I fucked this up, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
This person I made hates me, and like I fucking suck, and I did like, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like the shit people contend with. It's like, then it's like you've always had it in the back of your head, and you're just like, you start to think of other things you could do. You're like, nope, did it all, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
So and then the next group is like, I think is it 20? Yeah, I think it's like 20s, and then high schoolers. No. Is it geezers? Geezers are high up there, too.
Oh, if I'm a geezer, I can definitely see that reasonably happening.
Geezies are high up there.
Dude, if you're just chilling in a nursing home.
I think it's, 40-year-old geezies, and then it's...
geezies love hitting that fucking eject button.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, in other countries, too, like I think in like Zimbabwe. Is it Zimbabwe? In the Mozambique or whatever. When people get old enough, they're like
Sudan is with the at the beginning is the. It's not
Sudan.
The Mozambique.
Oh, the Mozambique, the Mozambique, dude. They have like a thing where like older people will just suicide by just running and jumping off a cliff.
That's fucking awesome.
I know, dude.
That's awesome.
I heard this and I was like,
dude,
fuck.
Grandma Pat, if you're listening, run off a fucking cliff, would you? We're fucking sick of you.
Dude, imagine just be like, fuck it, man. There's not enough clean water, and you're just like, bye, guys, and you fucking run and sprint and just hurl off a cliff. It's like fucking Christ, dude.
Wow, that's a good way to go.
It must be insane.
If you have the courage to do that, that's a fucking sick way to die.
It's like the honorable thing to do. It's like you're starving, you're like, dude, you're fucking.
I'm taking
60.
up too much food, guys.
Like, I don't need any. And you don't tell anyone. You just break off from
you're
the party.
60. You're 60.
Dude.
60.
Mozambique. You're a geezer, dude.
It's like my dad's age. And be like, you know what? I'm out, guys. It's like, wait, you can help.
You're just at a barbecue and you're up near like a fucking ledge and you just go. Imagine if your dad just broke off and was like, jumped off the third floor. You're at the Outer Banks. Your dad just fucking falls off the third floor.
He's like, we're almost out of pizza rolls. I'm drained on our rations.
The Bud Light goes down. Yeah. Someone sticks their hand in the cooler and pulls it out without a beer, and your dad's like, fuck it.
That's actually probably how he dies. For real.
But yeah, we're talking about like senior suicide, dude.
Senior suicide is awesome.
Senior suicide is
That's
fucked.
awesome.
Well, it's like then they don't get investigated. Because the family's just like,
yeah, fuck it.
They're old, and they're like, do we really want to look into wrongful fucking?
Yeah, it's like even let's not drag someone else out. Hopefully, someone murdered him.
Well, you can choose to be like, don't do like a toxic, don't do like a tox screen. You can choose not to do an autopsy, unless I think the police expect.
Unless you're the murderer,
foul play.
Yeah, unless it's the family that killed her. They're like,
well, dude,
we don't believe in autopsies.
I was in one of those things, and I was in like a seminar, and they were like, well, can anyone think of why like they wouldn't do an autopsy on seniors? And I was like, well, like everyone's offering good points, and I was like, yeah, maybe like I think if you commit suicide, it messes up your life insurance, and people were like, well, okay, I wasn't really thinking that, and it's like, yeah, I mean, it fucking I can play into it, If you have like an old rich fucking dad, and you're waiting for life insurance, and the old geezer kills himself, you'd be like,
definitely don't check that out. That was natural causes.
Trust me, I was pretty sure he was going to.
He was
die.
happy. He was just
laying
laughing
next to a spilled pill bottle. It's like, I don't know.
No, someone dropped that. Yeah, the Geezer Suicide sick.
Geezer Suicide would be a sick name of a band.
It was a killer band, dude.
Geezer Suicide. You just try to bring awareness to fucking Geezer Suicide.
Geezer Suicide needs awareness. Also, I think Geezer STDs are at a pretty crazy rate. They fuck.
They fuck hard, dude.
But I get it. Like
they're basically punk.
They're fucking punk. They're emo as fuck, dude. They make love and kill themselves, dude. They're the ultimate emos.
Dude, Spud told me about the most fucked up story of a guy who basically committed geezer suicide. He was a poor man. This guy's, dude, his whole fucking life, dude. He was born. He did this guy. I think he was orphaned at a young age, and then he never learned how to read.
It's sick.
He developed a heroin
That's fucking
addiction.
sick, dude.
So
imagine,
sick, dude.
imagine going through life not being able to read.
Dude,
Dude, you'd just be looking at signs.
It must be exciting.
You must look at signs and just be like, I have no fucking clue where I'm
like a
going.
stop sign, you just see it and you're like, it's just a symbol, and you're like,
I understand that.
yeah, and you're like, all right, yo, the things are red, dude. Fucking stop. It's like someone's like, yep, STOP, and you're like, whatever, yeah, sure. You know, people count the stop.
Which one's the S? The curvy one? Yeah, I
People
remember
count
that.
the stop. I remember they taught us that in driver's ed. They're like STOP, then go. You count it. But this guy's like, dude, he was just like from the gate fucked, and he so you know he was illiterate. He used to carry a letter in his pocket, like in case because he was literate, so he had to carry his will on him at all times. He had someone write.
Oh,
like,
that's a bad sign.
I don't have any friends or family. Here's my death wishes. Like he carried a thing on. He had to leave every day with a piece of paper that like to honor his wishes if he died. And he developed like a heroin problem. This guy was on the
all right. Well, good. I'm glad he did some heroin
for sure. This guy shot
real,
up for sure, dude. So he was like, he would, he would paint, shoot heroin, hang out with hookers, all the shit. And then something he found love, and he found love.
Oh no,
he found love.
Let's get sad,
he
dude.
found love, and his wife got hit by a bus and died and like exploded, dude. Like so fucked up. I should have laughed. I should have laughed.
This is Job.
He found
what is this? What is this guy's life,
I think
dude?
I'm getting this right. He found love, and just his wife got just fucking smushed, dude, by a fucking bus.
Oh my god!
So
he's like, I'm going clean. I'm in love. I finally have someone in my life that like,
boom, dude.
Fuck.
She dies, and then he's like, fuck it. He got so depressed. He was like, he hired a hooker to shoot him up with a lethal amount of heroin. These were his friends. This is who he could be like, hey, I'm gonna pay you, shoot me. So he got shot with a lethal dose, and then as it started to hit him, he realized like, I don't want to do this. And he started like running out of his apartment, and then fell down the steps and died, and just like laid in the stairway for days. And someone discovered him, and that was how he died.
What?
Yeah, dude, that was the story. This was this guy's life.
Damn.
Dude, I mean, that's a rare fucked up case, but for the majority of people, they come out here and it's just like fucking hell the entire time.
Yeah.
They find love, dude, and they get hit by a bus, and they're like, fuck it, dude.
Get this hooker to inject me.
And they're just found one day in like a shitty, remember your stairway in Conshohocken? Like carpeted wall, shitty red stairway?
Just some loser laying there. It's like, well, we gotta call
like,
someone.
Broke his neck after dying.
Yeah, he's laying there like the chick that saw The Ring.
Yeah.
Just with his mouth open, just like, it's like, well, we gotta clean this shit up. We gotta call someone to scoop this shit up.
Yeah, dude.
Wow, what a fucking
fucked up story.
Wow, what a fucked up story.
Spud tells it better because he knows more of the details, but it's like, dude, it is fucked. That's the long and skinny, and I'm pretty sure his significant other got hit by a bus and died.
Hit by a bus is amazing. Fucking, you fall in love with someone.
Buses generally aren't going that fast either,
I know.
so it's like, it's tough to catch at the right time.
He's probably like, you know what? I'm finally in love. I think I can leave the will at home tonight.
Yeah, for
Puts
sure.
it on the table.
My God.
She walks out, gets smushed. He just walks back in, picks it up. He's like, my bad. I don't know why I got cocky.
So if someone wrote his will and just like trashed him in it, he couldn't read it. He just picked it up. And you're like,
yeah. His will was actually a piece of paper that was like, I'm a big dumb faggot.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. Like, this guy was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, maybe he was the funniest. I bet he was hilarious.
Oh, because there are people who have hilarious. There's people who have DNRs, or do not resuscitate orders. So you can like walk around. You can be like a registered. There's organ donors.
Yeah, I have
You can be a registered DNR.
Someone's gonna get a real.
You can be a registered
shitty heart.
Let me die.
Yeah.
You can register on a database and be like, if you find me, let me go.
Yeah, fuck
it's just like instant pull the plug. Don't try to resuscitate me. Don't give me any organs. Just let me fucking die.
Oof.
Yeah.
That'd be a tough one to see on your license.
It's a DNR.
Someone you care about.
It doesn't come up on it.
Yeah. Let me die. That's my wish.
Yeah, it comes up.
What?
Pretty fucked.
Damn, bro. That's like...
That's a fucked up tale.
I watched a video of this baby giraffe just get born. It's working on walking. It's starting to figure out how to walk. And then a lion just walked up and killed it. And it's just like, what the fuck? That thing's life was like 20 minutes of just what is this place? And something just ripped it apart.
It's pretty terrifying. Funny. It's terrifying, dude.
That thing had a better life than that guy, though. By a million.
Oh, for sure, dude.
That thing had a better life than most people. It was happy for 99%.
Yeah.
It was just walking around like, holy shit, this place is great.
It was like, look at my funny long legs.
Look at this. Look at my funny looking parent. My mom's funny looking, those long legs.
Oh my god.
Hey, what's that?
And a lion.
And a lion
it
just...
must be delicious, too. A baby giraffe.
Tender giraffe. That's probably good. Giraffe's probably good.
That's the fucking Chick-fil-A of the Sahara, dude.
That is, dude.
Oh my... Is there a Sahara? Is that called something else?
The Sahara is the desert.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Savannah.
Yeah. For sure, dude.
You're firing all
the
those.
Savannah.
Yo, speaking of sick-ass intelligence, new Carlin Hardcore History just came out.
Whoa.
Yeah, on the Japanese in World War II.
What's it about?
Japanese in World War II.
Is it the one that, like, how fucking bad they were?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another shout out to Spud, dude. Spud was talking about that.
Well, the Rape in Nanking we talked about a while ago.
This one
just came out.
He was saying like they were so bad. What were they up to?
Well, the first one came out a while ago. This is part 2. No, Nanking was a while ago.
Oh,
like Jocko's podcast.
Yeah, sure.
But they were just, it just goes through how they were fucking out of their minds.
What were they doing?
They were just an evil empire. Basically Nazi level shit of like we're supremacists. We're better than everybody. Just invade everybody around them.
Who were they trying to concentrate on?
They took out, like, they controlled the Pacific. Sure. They controlled, like, everything.
Yeah, they were motherfuckers.
All of their neighbors got fucking murdered. Every country around Japan got fucking crushed by them.
They were just fucking M. Bisons, dude. The Street Fighter character.
They were, shout out Real Bison. What up? They were just murdering everybody. But the episode part 2 is, like, talking about the discrepancies between reporting. Like, because Japan won't really acknowledge the atrocities they committed. Like, they don't really teach that in school.
Fair enough.
You gotta kind of acknowledge it.
We didn't. We cooled off on it. When I was in grade school, our grade school history, I learned about the basket of fruit, Indians chilling with us.
Early. But then once you hit, like, high school, it was like, hey, you guys want to learn about slavery again in history class? Because that's the only thing we're going to talk about until you graduate college.
We just talked about, like, my high school class never really hit me with any of that stuff.
Yeah, we got hit, especially in college. Like every history class.
I didn't have college history, yeah.
It's just like, hey, you guys want to hear about slavery or American Indians genocide? Which one do you want to hear about?
Flip the coin.
It's like, I don't know. How about us doing cool shit? Although us fucking up the Indians was sick. I stand by that one.
I talked to a guy not long ago. There's a conspiracy out there that, like, the Indians were actually black. And that, like, black American
Was that a black people theory?
Yeah, it was like the Indians are black and they were black. And, like, we never genocided the Indians. They just fucking, like, got enslaved and then,
morphed into slavery.
They, like, disappeared.
Wow. Black history theories are probably my least favorite.
The black Israelite one's the best.
Black Egypt, like, black fucking Israelites.
I love that.
Out of this world.
Well, it's definitely, their whole thing is, like, how are all these people who are, like, saying they're, like, these Semitic Jewish people, how are they so fair-skinned? When in reality, like, they were in the fucking Middle East. So the black...
Have you seen Arabs?
Yeah.
Arabs can be pretty light skinned.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, they're talking about the OG Jesus level.
Yeah.
Fuck, like,
that's still Arabs.
Or they're talking about, like, the time of David. Those dudes were fucking those dudes were rocking some fucking very dark skin. Or they were, like, light skinned.
Depends where.
Jesusville. You know? Where the fuck was Jesus at?
Israel.
They were getting sunbaked.
I don't know, like northern Iraq, like
true.
But Iran is a lot of white guys.
This whole thing was
Afghanistan's all white. I know Afghanistan's very far from Jesusville, but it's still like Arabic is. You can be pretty white.
Can you?
Yeah, there's a lot of light skinned Arabs.
This dude was saying how like he was on the bus and this guy confronted another like his Jewish guy.
They're definitely
like,
not black.
Because this guy was saying like black Israelites and Jewish guy was like, hey, I'm Jewish, blah blah blah, and the guy was like, yo, shut the fuck up, dude. You're not even Jewish. He was saying like white Jewish people are like a total fraud, and he's like, you guys aren't Jewish. Stop. He's like, we're fucking Jewish. And this black guy was just probably fucking vexed. He was just like, fuck.
I mean, how white you got something there.
This is what the guy was saying. He's like, dude, how are they so fucking white?
Does he think they're lying about being Jews?
He said they're fake Jews. He said this was a Hasidic. He's like, yo, the guy had the fucking shit and everything, like the curly sideburns and everything.
They're pale as fuck.
And his boy was just like, yeah, you're the fucking... He's like, nah, dude. And he said that every time they do would just pop up a documentary and be like, check this documentary out. Check that documentary out. He's like, you're a fucking liar, dude.
Well, I wonder if the Hasidic Jews come from deep in the Middle East.
I don't know.
It could be like fucking Russian.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of like different sects of...
Well, this guy spoke up against this black Israelite.
But a black Israelite probably wasn't doing much research that was reasonable.
No, he was doing documentary. He was
doing
just
YouTube fucking...
busting out YouTube docs. Like, explain this then, bro. And the guy was just like...
That's just nonsense?
I don't know.
This is nonsense. I don't know what to say.
Oi.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with those dudes, though.
No, they're bad, dude.
Both of those are bad groups to bother.
Black Israelites.
And Hasidic Jews and like a Jew neighbor, they'll they'll get you.
For sure.
They'll manipulate your media.
You think they'll fucking sneak
They're going to manipulate the black Israelites'
Maybe
media.
They already fucking did,
Maybe they're already like...
Why was he on the bus?
Maybe we're like, hey, let's try to make you a fucking moron. Here's some ridiculous YouTube things.
You think he was an agent provocateur?
I think he was. He was like, the Hasidic Jews were probably like, let's see how well we're doing with the black community by keeping them down with ridiculous YouTube historical videos.
That'd be funny. The guy had to like get in character, and like went on the bus, and he's like $250. It was $225 a week
This is why we don't take the bus. This is absurd.
And the guy was just like,
the black Israelite was like,
Jew, dude?
I'm a Jew. I'm a Jew.
Yeah, that's funny if he was like, please, dude, it should be $175.
He tries to out haggle him.
Oh my God.
Man, yeah, black Israelites are.
Dude, that's like
they'll come and get you.
I fuck with the black census theory. That's something.
Which one's that?
There's
more black
way
people?
more black people. And they just don't want people. They want black people to know that like they just want black people to think there's less of them.
That's not true.
I can see that.
You've been in a city.
Also, go around a black neighborhood and knock on the door and be like, how many people are in this house, and see who's like.
All right,
I used to have to do like censuses and shit.
True.
And I would knock on the door and be like, man, you look like a fucking cop, and I'd be like, all right.
You were doing census work? Wow.
Yeah, not census. I did. I was doing like survey.
Damn,
work.
you were part of the fucking big government.
It wasn't government
survey.
Deep
state.
It was just for a company. I had to do like a satisfaction survey.
You're trying to round up the people, dude.
They'd be like,
Deep State Matt.
They'd be like, no, dude.
Are you Deep State?
No, this is a company.
Are you trying to compromise me this whole time?
No, this is, dude. Get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm a fucking Jew. You're not a Jew.
I'm Deep State, dude.
I'm a fucking Jew.
You're Deep State.
No, dude.
Holy shit.
It was for a company. And it was really
company?
It was to make sure that they were. It's for nonprofit. It was to make sure that they were actually liked their housing. And
nice. Just you've done a lot for the black community.
I don't like to brag. I don't like to brag.
You've eaten some pussy. You've helped out with a lot of
Yo,
stuff.
man. I've definitely built. I definitely built it with some. I've definitely built. You know, dude, yeah. I've definitely been out here building, bro. But yeah, it was funny. I'm like, yeah, try to get a fucking knock on the door. And dude, you could just see you knock on the door, and it's just someone on the second floor looking down like this above you, just like, nope. And you're looking up, like, and they're like,
definitely not coming in. Who the fuck are you? Door. Yeah. They opened the door for me that one time by our house. Remember when I helped that family move in?
Oh, yeah.
I was just shit-faced, and this family was like, I was like, do you need help carrying that?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. And then I just moved for like a half hour.
Just hammered.
Moved them in.
That's so fucking
And they didn't really say thank you.
Yeah, you told me that.
And I was shit-faced, and no one really said thank you. Maybe they didn't ask me to do that. And I was shit-faced, and I was just like, I'll help you out. And just moved them in.
They're probably terrified the whole time.
Like, don't move. No, it's funny. It's really funny.
One of their kids called me a faggot.
Yeah, that was tough.
Oh, called me a faggot and then called my car a piece of shit.
Really?
But that was like, that house was like a rotating. There was like two main ladies, and then there was like a rotating swap of like.
It's always jarring for a white person when you walk into a black house.
Yeah,
it's a totally different. Like
it's different
because you only hang out. Most of you only hang out with white people.
Sure,
like I'm only in white houses for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you walk into like a black person's house, it's like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? Why do you have stuffed animals? Like, why do you have fucking an aquarium? You guys are old.
Well, it's also too like in this area, especially in Delaware County. There's no black suburbs. There's no black middle class.
Yeah.
The black middle class is like lower black middle class. So when I went to New Jersey, I moved into a black suburb, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is fucking crazy. And then like I've been in upper class black homes, and you just walk in, it's like an upper middle class white black. Same fucking thing.
Absolutely.
But when you said that, dude, when I went in to like help my neighbors when I first moved to Philly, and I'm in like West Philly, the first time I walked in this old lady's house, it was just like a quick rattle in my head.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
What is this? You guys, there's like a dinner table in front of the TV. Like just shit you've never thought of is just happening. You shit or an arrangement of furniture and the way it's decorated is shit you've never seen.
It's true.
It's hilarious.
You walk in, you're just like, what the
Dude,
fuck?
I remember I was at my friend's house And I went back. It was at like 2 p.m. and I went into the back room to like, I thought I was going to the bathroom. I just opened a door. And it was just a black lady laying on a bed of stuffed animals watching TV in a pitch black room. And I was like, who the fuck is this? Like, closed it and kept walking. Like, there's just shit going on that is so culturally different that you see it. And it's like, what the fuck?
Dude, just the house. I remember, I swear to God, I used to walk in. The lady across the street, fucking God bless her, would sit there and just literally all day, she just watched my house. She'd be like, I saw 2 people stand outside your backyard. I yelled at them, told her to go away. I'm like, yo, thank you so much. She would get my packages, all this shit. She's fucking awesome.
You had a guard black lady?
Dude, she would call, if anyone fucked around near my house, she'd instantly call the cops. She'd give me full report. Dude, she was fucking awesome.
Wow.
She was fantastic. This lady was the fucking best.
What a sick fucking lady to just be like, my goal in life is to guard this dude's house.
Dude, if our street didn't get plowed, good luck. She's call on the minute and just be like, hey, what are you guys doing? Hey, what are you guys... Dude, it was nonstop. She was the best. But so I would go in her house every now and again, like, to help her with stuff, or like if she had one of my packages. I think I helped her fix like an outlet one time. But when I first stepped foot... Oh,
yeah, you had that electrician business. She probably loved you.
Oh, she did. I had like my house, I had like a full drum set in there. I was fucking growing weed. I was wilding out, dude.
Yeah. And you had a black guard lady.
Dude, fully watching the house at all. At one point, this is one thing I am so happy I never did. Like, because there was that whole thing of like when people would mail weed packages and shit. I was like, I can easily mail shit to her house. And be like, oh shit, blah, blah, blah. Thank God.
Oh, you didn't take advantage of her. That's good. Yeah,
for sure. And I was like, I can't. She's too fucking sweet. Or just have them, because they would have just got delivered on her porch, and I could just let them get delivered on the porch, and I would just run across the street and grab them. But luckily, thank God I didn't.
You should have, dude.
She would, I could have been like, yo, Miss D, here's the fucking plan. She'd have been like, yeah, fucking send that shit.
She would love it.
But yeah, so I'm glad I never did that. But she, sorry, that was just my evil wheel spinning back at 23.
What are you talking about?
About fucking having this lady unknowingly receive fucking weed
awesome.
in the mail. That'd have been horrible.
No, that's awesome. You definitely should have done that.
That'd have been fucked to not fucking cut someone in on that. But
you would have paid her.
I would have hooked her. I would have hooked her up.
You would have just been like, here, this is
dude, I was at her disposal. I actually, the one time, I think I might have stopped her son from killing someone. He actually there was like she would like, dude, you would, in my old house, or my old house, you would like pay crackheads, like, I would pay a guy $5 to take out my trash. And people came up to me like, stop. You're fucking up the rate for everyone else. Yeah. They're like, we pay these guys like 30 cents.
Yeah, you're getting
like literally the one time she paid this guy was like, can I have some money? She's like, I don't have any. He's like, please let me. She's like, you can weed my garden. I'll give you a quarter. That's literally all I have.
Damn.
This guy did it and started banging on the fucking door, like trying to harass her and shit. And her son had just came back from Atlanta under an alias too. Because his name, she would call him Howard. And he's like, my name's Bill. And I was just like, whatever, bro.
Whatever, Howard.
I'd be like, whatever. Because he was like, yeah, I had to go to Atlanta for a little bit. And I was like, whatever, dude. No problem.
You mean
jail? Yeah.
Clearly you were in jail?
No, he was in ATL because he told me all about like ATL, the Red Dog Police and all that shit. You ever hear T.I. talk about Red Dog Police?
No, what are the Red Dog Police?
There's this whole group of police in Atlanta that are like basically like a vice squad. But like he's like, dude, they're like cowboys. They just roll around and will fuck you. If they see you walk. And he was down there like a while.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, like if you're walking, they'll come up to you. I'm like, where the fuck you going? Where the fuck you go? Like he was like, it's crazy.
Kind of like the Red Dogs.
The Red Dogs will come down. He's like literally, if I was walking down the street, like you had to be like, I'm going here. Otherwise they come shake you down, and fucking slam you. So he came back. This guy didn't know.
We had those in Meadowview.
Did you?
Where I
grew up? The Red Dogs?
Yeah, Red Dogs would see me walking down to the park. Like, where are you going, son?
Nowhere. You just fucking pop your hoodie up. Dude,
They'd shake me down, find an airhead. Like, give that back. You guys keep destroying my neighborhood.
These are my fucking brother's pants. So yeah, this crackhead was like rattling her cage and stuff and trying to intimidate her. And fucking old Bill / Howard, he drove a fucking minivan with, how Sunoco gave the stickers out?
Yes, every motherfucker has those.
Bro, his whole fucking car was lined in them, and he had safety reflectors all over his minivan just for safety.
Oh, so he had a ridiculous van.
This guy pulls up and he's like, Matt, the guy had just left, and I'm chill. I'm sitting outside smoking weed, just chilling. And the guy, he's like, I start smoking weed with this guy. He's like, I'm gonna fucking blah, 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 blah. And then, like, an hour later, the guy came up, and I got Bill / Howard all stoned, and he was just like, what the fuck's your problem, man? And the guy's like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, whatever. And he's like, honestly, afterwards, a day later, he was like, Matt, I think I would have killed him, dude, blah, blah, blah. But when I was in there, I was fucking,
That's why you're a shaman, dude.
I shamaned him, dude. I helped him. The
You're
funniest
like,
dude.
the last thing you need is a murder charge because of homeless dude.
The funniest thing this guy ever did is like he was. I'd always see him going in and out of my house, and it was like I wasn't even getting a ton of ass at this point, but I remember like I hit a streak where like I had the girl was in my house, and then like 2 weeks later another girl was in my house, or like a month or something. But it was like the timing we saw. So he meets this other girl, and he goes like, "Hey man," he goes, "Oh no, we met before," and I'm looking at him, I'm like, and he stopped and he goes, "Actually, you know what? I'm sorry, my wife just died. I've been thinking about killing myself a lot." This girl's just like, "Okay," and I was like, "Thanks, dude. Thank you."
Wow, Howard did that?
He goes, "Sorry, I'm not allowed to store it." She's like, "My wife died," and he goes, "I just been thinking about killing myself."
Damn,
like,
Howard's the man.
Howard is the fucking dog. They both of them have passed. Both of them are dead.
Both of them are dead?
Howard died first, and Miss D went, dude.
How old was Howard?
Howard was like 60 something.
Oh shit, I thought he was
Heart
young.
attack. No, heart attack. Yeah, Howard was like 60. Miss D was like 80, dude. These guys.
Oh, they're fucking dead, dude.
They were old, yeah.
Did they get hit by a bus?
No, fuck no.
They both get hit by a
dare
bus.
you, dude? How dare you stain Mrs. D's fucking
Fuck
legacy.
Miss D, dude.
Miss D was the fucking best.
Oh,
dude.
fuck Miss D.
She had a boyfriend, dude.
She had a boyfriend. She was 80.
Yeah, dude. Someone would come, and Howard would be like, "This motherfucker."
You come dick down Miss D.
Some dude who's like 40 would come and dick her down. She's like, "I'm going on a date." And this guy would come through, and I remember, dude, Howard would be like, "That fucking weird motherfucker, man."
Yeah, fuck that. You gotta let her do it. She's 80.
You gotta let her catch some fucking dick.
Let her get it,
Yeah,
and then let her fucking geezer suicide.
dude. I think she just passed peacefully.
I think she's suied out.
No, dude, how fucking dare you? Dude.
Why do you love Miss D so much? She definitely suicided.
She was watchdogged.
She watched dogs and then suicided. She saw you grow into a good man.
No
and it was
way.
like, my work here is done. And
dude.
fucking suicided out.
True.
On one of the drug packages you mailed to her house.
No
She just,
fucking way, dude.
that 40-year-old definitely fucked her to death and then left.
He
Fucked her
like,
once. It was like, oh, fuck.
He might have.
It was just
dude.
like, call it.
Yeah,
I have nothing to do with this. I'm out of here.
Yeah, he probably should have turned his dick down to like, you gotta hit it on the 8. It's like when you spin a drill to like 23. You can't give me fucking 80-year-old. You're fucking like dick you give to 18.
Full dick.
No, he must have got greedy.
Yeah, he killed her.
Yeah.
She got fucked.
She might have just ascended.
Dude, Misty, I know you think she ascended. This is what happened. She got fucked to death.
No, she didn't, dude. How fucking dare you? I hope, dude. I would never wish. I shouldn't do this. This is irresponsible of me, shaman wise.
Yeah, what do you put in hexes out? Go ahead. Put a hex
I was
out.
imagining this dude to get haunted by this guy would be so fucking.
Who, Howard? If Howard haunted me?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be afraid of a cool black ghost coming to bother me?
Dude, Howard, he would be hilarious, dude. If he pulled up in like the reflective Sunoco van, he would fuck you up.
That's awesome. He would fuck me up?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He's fucking dead.
He's a gentle ghost now, dude.
He's fucking dead, dude.
He's probably
I'd knock
smiling.
him out.
He's smiling.
Me and the
upon us,
crackhead are still alive. The crackhead's alive, balling out. He's probably dancing on their graves, dude.
He's probably weeding the fuck out of his garden, dude. Yeah,
oh,
man.
Sorry to make fun of your loved ones.
Miss D?
Yeah.
Dude, Miss D was the fucking shit. They actually, Howard, my brother celebrated when he had his, like, I think like the second year of being in business and like rented out this Blockley Tavern. So me and my other brother, Kevin, we had like a band for a night and we played, and Howard came and he's like, man, that dude, for the rest of every time I saw him, he's like, man, you're like a rock star up there. And we just like played like 4 shitty songs, dude. Man, that was awesome. Yeah, it was fucking sick.
That's nice. These guys are nice. You had a nice neighborhood.
Dude, my neighbor, it was only, all the houses are knocked down besides 4. It was
Good.
me, Miss D,
Good.
basketball coach.
I hope Miss D's house is demolished.
No, it's still there.
Fuck.
I think like a bunch
Sorry,
of...
I'm just...
Why, dude?
It's funny.
Miss D's house still... I think a bunch of Puerto Rican dudes moved in.
That's good. Sully her fucking name. Get some Puerto Ricans in there just ruining that house.
They built... It's so funny because...
Do they have a statue of Mary in the garden?
Where I lived is the guy we used to work with living in there. And dude, he will... If you were to sit there and be like, a bunch of fucking Puerto Ricans ruined the house... This is this old black dude. He'd be like, yeah, these mother... It's like literally, he would tag him right in. He'd be like, can't trust none of these mother... Dude, he gives me the full report of like what's going on. He's like, man, this sucks. These motherfuckers all moving in here. Like, they're going to ruin that house. You know, he's just a black racist.
He just doesn't like Puerto Ricans?
He's just racist against Puerto Ricans, black people.
What does he think about whites? Does he let you know?
No, he'll just tell you you're like an evil fucking white person. He just hates everyone, dude. He's like, they're going to ruin the house, Matt. You know that's what they do.
That's the best.
That's what they do, Matt. They ruin these. And it's in there and it's like... All right,
what do you think about that? Do you think Puerto Ricans ruin houses?
I don't know. I don't think so. No, they'll put a little carport next door and like they'll fucking make the most of it.
Put a concrete statue of Mary in the garden.
Dude, they'll fucking
get some candles in there. I mean, that's more Mexican, but
sure. But they'll paint some like wild colors and step it up.
Yeah, I feel like Puerto Ricans would do well.
I heard a hot take against Puerto Ricans from a black dude today, which was like we were talking about like K2 and how like, are you aware of the K2 industry?
What about it?
Like, there's not just K2 for weed. There's K2 for dust. So if you like smoke wet, there's K2 that like will mimic getting high on wet. So there's like a whole underground K2 market. This guy was telling me like, and the Poppy stores were the ones selling K2. But you could buy a big bag of K2 for like $2 from Poppy, and then go back out and sell little like dime bags of K2 in the block. So then Poppy figured it out.
Poppy was pissed.
Poppy got greedy, dude. And Poppy started spraying K2 with fucking fentanyl.
What?
So he's like, I'd be hanging out with someone doing K2, and they'd start nodding out like a fucking dope head. And I'd be like, what the fuck? And so he was basically, this guy was like, Pop, I'm going to tell you this. And this isn't me being, it's funny how he prefaced it. He's like, I'm not being racist, but like, if you did that in a black community, you would get killed. He's like, it's fucked up in the black. If you're going to sell someone drugs, you got to tell them what's in it. He's like, that lacing shit, he's like, we don't fuck with that.
That's funny. I just heard someone be like, telling me about someone being addicted to K2.
Yeah, dude, it's like...
And I was like, synthetic weed? They're addicted to synthetic weed right now?
Because they're spraying it with fentanyl.
Yeah.
And there's like, well, what they're also doing too is, with what people think is like, I think I said this before, but with Coke and Percocets they're doing, they're mixing it with ketamine and fentanyl. So like you get like that like real dopey thing. And like ketamine's supposedly like the only addictive hallucinogen.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know it was a hallucinogen.
Ketamine's called hippie heroin. It's a disassociative.
Didn't even know that. What's a dissociative? You disassociate with your body?
Disassociate. You go like this. You ever watch someone on ketamine, their body shuts down, they go into like a weird crouch position? It's almost like a nod. And then you go into this like, you have like an out of body experience where you're just kind of like trapped in your mind, and it's like, some people will fucking love it. One of my friends did it, and he was just like, I just was like unable to move and trapped in this weird mental space of like, all I could think about was all the bad stuff that ever happened to me.
Oh my god! But that's like me going to sleep, to be honest. I can't move, and I'm just like, why the fuck would I say that?
Skull might be fucking hitting you with some fucking.
Do you think Poppy's lacing my skull?
Poppy might be.
Dude, if Poppy is down in if Poppy's down in Nashville, lacing my fucking skull with fucking fentanyl.
It's a syndicate, dude. There's no one saying
the Poppy
it's
syndicate.
A cartel, dude.
Just a Poppy bodega down in Nashville, Tennessee.
It's like Breaking Bad, where they have the underground thing and they're just lacing everything with fentanyl.
Just ruining everything for no reason. Just don't put fentanyl in that.
Apparently, ketamine in low doses is like super effective with depression. And, you know, so they're like trying to work out. Apparently, it works really well. But if you go into like a K-hole, if you take too much ketamine, you go into a K-hole. Apparently, it's like real fucked up.
Yeah, real dark.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But apparently, it's like addicting too. So, and like you have to snort a ton of it.
So. I mean, I was gonna say alcohol. I get pretty dark, but it's usually really fun before it gets dark.
You can move your body.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's been a couple times.
But at least you black out. Imagine if you went into a blacked out state and retained all your memories and then came out of it. And you're like, oh god.
That's what it was. I mean, I didn't black out, but that's what I thought was weird about when I took ecstasy. Like, I was purely conscious.
Yeah.
Like, I could think clearly. I was totally fine.
Yeah.
But the release of all the fucking endorphins and all that shit, I was just like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Yeah,
it's weird to be conscious and fucked up.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that's what doing like a bunch of mushrooms and shit is.
Yeah.
It's like you're not even fully conscious. The filter that usually scrubs out all this sensory data is just like, all right, we'll take 5. And you're like, bah!
Yeah.
But you can also, if you do enough, you're just like, this is awesome.
Yeah, I would say Coke's obviously the same.
Yeah,
where you're thinking very clearly, but I've only taken it really when I'm shit faced.
Yeah, I've seen people on Coke too get real quiet. There's like a small percentage of people who do Coke. Yeah,
I do that sometimes.
Really, and there's kind of like, it's chill and they're like real reserved.
Yeah,
I would have a horrible time, man. I would panic and freak out.
No, you wouldn't.
My heart would beat weird. Yeah, I definitely would.
It's not like that.
I'm saying for me,
but you maybe on the come down, but while you're on it, you would not panic or feel bad.
True.
While you're taking it, you'd be like, "This is the fucking best."
I should never limit myself. I can totally do cocaine.
Yeah, but then the next morning you'll be like, "I'm never doing cocaine again. This is embarrassing. Why would I do cocaine?"
That is
Who the fuck am I?
That is a funny fucking thing. That's a funny, especially for you in general, to be like, because most people will just be like, But it'd be like, who the fuck am I? Who do I think I am? It's
such a small town mentality. It'd be like, what do you think? You're a big shot doing cocaine? Come on, man. Stick to your roots. Stick to light beer and fucking chew.
That's so fucking
Yeah, anytime
funny.
I've done coke, I've woken up the next day just like,
hard depression.
who the fuck are you? What are you doing?
True that.
But while you're doing it, it's like, who am I, dude? I'm the fucking man.
Yeah,
Shut
that's
the fuck
funny.
up.
The voice is like, who am I? That answer is the best.
Yeah, dude, you can suck my dick, voice. And then that voice leaves, and it's just you in the first voice that's like, remember what you said to me
So
last night?
that's basically like when you take like hallucinogenics, that like sensory data parts. Like, all right, we're taking off. Like the voice in your head that question shit is like, all right, dude, fucking,
let me have it.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, fuck yeah, finally.
Oh, finally. Cypress Hill is the best band ever. I haven't listened to Cypress Hill since.
That's such a funny.
It was so funny. I was on a Cypress Hill kick.
Oh my god, that's
They're
hilarious.
actually awesome.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah,
Lo and behold,
what's up?
that's funny. For it all to fall down, you're like, just not the fucking Temple of Boom isn't what it was. Dude.
Just being like, I don't know if I like Cypress Hill anymore.
I think there could be that with 311, but with hormones.
311 is
So
the
if you have hormones
shit.
raging, 311 is like, what the fuck? What fucking genius stumbled upon these melodies? I used to fucking love them, dude.
Dude.
The Blue Album, music. I tried listening to that like 3 months ago.
Horrible.
I was like, what the fuck?
Horrible.
Although if I catch
I just listened to Sugar Ray.
if I catch All Mixed Up, dude,
All Mixed Up's awesome.
Dude, my ex-wife, our first date, she brought me out somewhere. I got drunk in karaoke. I Just Want to Fly, dude. Sealed the fucking
Sugar Ray
deal, dude. Yeah.
I listened to Sugar Ray this weekend, and I was like, yo, Sugar Ray holds up.
I
And
Just
listened
Wanna
to 2
Fly.
songs, and I was like, this shit sucks. I was in the grocery store, and they were playing
Someday.
Every morning there's a
fuck,
no,
that song
the
rocks
song's
too,
so
dude.
good, dude.
That song's so good.
I was in the grocery store like humming, and I was like, actually, it was really funny. I was whistling, and I rounded the corner, and another dude was whistling. We were harmonizing. And we locked eyes, and we were both like, all right. We were both whistling to Sugar Ray every morning, and we looked at each other in the eyes, and we're like, pushed our carts away.
Dude, that song is awesome. I Just Want to Fly is a fucking classic.
I Just Want to Fly. So that's what sparked it. I was listening to that, and then I was like, Sugar Ray's the shit. I'm going to go listen to I Just Want to Fly. That song was awesome. I listened to it. It's like, all right. After the first verse, it's like, this kind of sucks.
I fucking love it. I drank 2 pumpkin martinis
Now,
in
if
karaoke.
I was drinking, dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah. It was just funny that she's like, you're in a
All
karaoke?
around
And I was
the
like,
world,
yeah. She's like, what song are you going to do? I was like,
crumble
you'll
for
see.
me.
And I tried karaoke and Sugar Ray
You'll
on the
fucking
first
find
date.
out. And I bet you sang hard, didn't you? Were you
I
like trying?
I was belting, dude. I was fucking drunk.
I feel like you sing and dance unironically a lot.
Oh, for sure.
I
was
can't
for
do
real
either.
trying to sing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like for real singing Sugar Ray to the fucking what
For
I thought
sure.
was the love of my life, dude. It was an afternoon lunch date, and I drank 2 pumpkin martinis. It got drunk and sang Sugar Ray in like a bar in South Jersey. And then it was like, all right, babe. And my brother let me borrow his taco van. I was like, thanks, and hopped in my taco van.
You
And
drove a taco van to the date.
we came out. And she was, "Is that your car?" And I was like, "Buh." I was like, yeah, my car's fucked up. It's actually my brother's. He let me take it. And she was like, okay.
It was a taco truck.
It was Honest Tom's. Yeah, we had like a magnet stick on the side. It was a Safari. It was like one of those Safari minivans.
I thought for real it was like a lunch truck. I was
No,
like,
no.
that's fucking
This
crazy.
was the truck that we used to drive around and pick stuff up in.
Nice.
Remember the Safari minivan?
Yes.
It was that. It was like a little square fucking Safari.
Yeah.
It was like, I think it's a Chevy. I think it's a Chevy Safari. Yeah, I was
Sick first date.
buzzing around in that. And she can't.
Sick
And she was
first
like,
date.
she was like very into material things. So it was weird the fact that we hit it off like that. But the fucking her Aphrodite kicked in long enough. It's like, why don't we have this? What the fuck? She calls me fucking. She used to call me, telling me I was a piece of shit for a fucking month.
You are
after
a
we got
piece of
to
shit,
No,
dude.
fucking not, dude.
I hate you. I hate Miss D.
Fuck. Damn it, dude. I told you when I was doing the one seminar, they did antisocial personality disorder, and I talked about on the fucking Patreon one if you want to
Wow.
fucking
By
get
the
access to it.
by the way, that's a great time for this plug.
Yeah, dude.
Me and Matt, we feel as though it's time to fucking take this shit to the next level, homie. No, you don't have to. Obviously, it's an episode with the great John McKeever. We just sat down and did an episode right before this, and we just threw it on the Patreon. You can donate like a fucking $1, I think, to listen to it. So donate whatever you can.
$1 in perpetuity.
The more the better, obviously. Donate what you can. I mean, imagine
Dude,
how
my
much
thing,
joy Matt brings
This
to you.
isn't even a sale. This isn't even a pitch. It's like,
Yeah.
don't do it. This is just a reward.
There's a reward for all the Patreon guys that have been
Exactly.
there. Because we have literally not really put anything on Patreon. So up to this point,
prank calls, that was it.
Yeah, up to this point, it's pretty much just been like, hey, you guys like the show, hook us up.
Just for people funding the resistance, basically.
Funding the resistance against Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation. That's what we're here doing.
Definitely.
But yeah, we're going to start putting up episodes to, it'll be good. So yeah, listen to the McKeever episode.
Dogs, dude.
There's some inside fucking info on there. Yeah, a couple dossiers on some things.
It's pretty wild, dude.
I don't know how wild. I don't want to get them too hyped up.
Yeah, don't get too hyped.
It's an average. It's your standard. Fun. It's a standard episode.
It's fun.
But yeah, donate to the Patreon. What's the fucking website? What's the Patreon.com/MS Secret Pod?
Oh man, I don't know.
Look at your URL.
Hold up. Let me go to the fucking thing. Yeah. www.patreon.com spelled patreon.com/MS Secret Pod.
Yeah, patreon.com/MS Secret Pod. And
yeah, sorry, I'm like lightheaded. I haven't really eaten.
I know. I'm zoning on this one.
I'm fucked up on my diet, dude.
Yeah, both of us are on wild diets right now.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. You haven't even fucking complimented me, dude. I'm fucking bummed.
Dude, you look good.
You haven't fucking complimented me.
Shane,
Matt,
I came in.
The only reason I'm doing this diet is to get compliments from you.
Shane, well, you're talking to a guy who only eats meat if he deserves it, bro. You think I'm not going to make you work?
What are you talking about, dude? I treat myself to plants the way you do.
What do you mean?
Meat.
Exactly. That's fucking sick.
I don't have these plants in the climate where my ancestors are from.
That's fucking sick.
So you get to sit there and be like, oh, I can eat all these plants from around the world.
You're more of a pastoral.
Nah, I eat pigs, cows. That's what I have in my range. And broccoli.
You're more of like a pastoral. I'm more like, I'm in the fucking jungle, dude.
You're in the whatever vegetable jungle that is. That has every single plant.
I'm wherever chickpeas grow, dude.
Yeah, I'm wherever broccoli is, and broccoli, asparagus,
Ireland,
meat, cheese, eggs.
America.
Dude, I'm in Pennsylvania.
You're in pre-colonial. You're in pre-colonial times, dude.
I'm fucking shit up right now.
Going on a pre-colonial diet would be sick.
I will say this. This is what's good about the fucking keto diet.
Do you have milk? Goat's milk will be fine.
Yeah, you have to. If you have any dairy, it's got to be 100% dairy
for sure.
Like full, like whole.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yep.
Like if I put cream in my coffee, it's got to be full cream.
Yep.
Full fucking cream.
Fuck, dude.
I get so fucking wet when I go into the coffee shop.
Oh my god.
Like, you put full fucking cream in here. They're like, no, we don't have that, but we do have oat milk. Which is oat milk good? I'm like, dude, give me the thing with the most fat in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is funny for a fat dude to walk in and be like, do you guys have fat?
Like, I need fat.
Like, I'm on this weird diet. Can I get a dozen wings covered in blue cheese? It's a crazy diet. But it is funny. Like I was telling Matt, I'll have like half a pack of bacon and 3 eggs in the morning. You can eat fucking anything. I eat steak.
Yeah.
I went to Fogo de Chao, like a all-you-can-eat steak place. I lost weight.
How are your dumps? This is what I want.
That's where it gets a little shaky. A lot of re.
Okay, I'll take re.
A lot of re. I don't think I'm getting a lot of fiber.
No.
Right?
No, you probably aren't.
Like almost none.
Yeah. Well, you could fuck with some Metamucil.
Yeah, maybe
you can eat a lot of you could eat like a bunch of lettuce that has like basically.
I do eat lettuce.
Yeah. But I wonder about that. I mean, look, I'm on.
Anyway, I lost in like a week and a half. I lost like 11 pounds. Yeah, went to the gym once.
That's fucking sick.
It's crazy.
That's tight. I get mine's the opposite, dude. I didn't know what dumping was. That was my thing.
I have experienced that where I go to Honest Tom's or
dude.
The girl I'm with now is vegan.
Yep.
And it's like,
dude,
we'll go out and eat vegan or something.
Dude, Woo. I've been doing that like now every day. And again,
can't even imagine.
I said my diet's going to be plant-based with if I deserve meat, I will reward myself. If I do something that rewards, I think is worthy. But the fucking dumps, dude. I'm like Black Snake Moan level dumps of where like Samuel L. needs to chain me down, dude. I just want that fucking big dump, dude.
Really?
Oh my god! I sit on the toilet and first of all, I have a squatty potty. Since I have a Hemi now, I've always had a squatty potty, but now that I've had a Hemi, I'm terrified of getting hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
So I get on my squatty potty and I literally squat. Like I mean, my ass is touching the seat, but like all the tension's in my legs. Like I'm not resting my ass. Because the thing is, you rest your asshole and your asshole stretches open, and then you just. Usually, I'd be like, I kind of got to poop, so I would just sit on the toilet and push as hard as I could till like I squeaked like 2 little deer pellets out and be like, "Fuck it, I'll be back for you later."
Yeah, that's usually where I'm at.
So now I'll be in the kitchen and I'm like, oh my god, I'll run upstairs, dude. Just get full black snake moan, run to the toilet, dude. And I'm just like, I prop my thing up and like hover over the toilet, and it's just like I would say I have like literally like a 4.5 second turd of where it's just like, and just keeps coming, dude. I'm just sitting there like,
damn,
it's crazy.
That's
dude.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
damn.
Fucking.
That
it
sucks. You got that fucking roid
good.
though for that. I mean, the roid's gone now. Oh yeah, we haven't talked about it. We only talked about it on the Patreon.
Yeah, the roid.
Matt cured his roid.
I mean, I just broke.
He just fucking lowered the shoulder and kept plowing ahead.
Through that, dude. It bled after that episode.
God
it
damn.
bled. I kept gauze in my ass for 3 more days. I take it out every day. It would be bloody. I bled for like 3 days, and then finally the hemi just fucking soaked itself back up. Now it's like I said, it's just like I didn't check it today, but when I last saw it, it was just like a shriveled appendage. That's
he has like a long tag hanging out of his butthole.
It is. It's just like a long skin tag.
You better not play flag football. Someone might grab that thing.
Someone might take me down, dude. Do me a favor, rip that thing off. Oh. But yeah, I'm going to the ass doctor to Thursday.
You said Wednesday.
When's the 14th?
I don't know.
That's Wednesday. I'll be going to the ass doctor.
Today's the 14th. Wednesday. Today's January 14th.
Oh no, it's on the 16th, I think. It's never a reminder. I have an ass doctor reminder coming in.
Yeah.
Fuck, it might have been today. I'm gonna miss my ass doctor.
You just gotta keep plowing ahead, dude.
I'll be dude. My ass healed itself. Yeah, I'm real in right now to my health narrative. A lot of what your health is what you tell yourself. So I was just like, true. My fucking ass is fine, dude.
Yeah.
Lo and behold.
Yeah, that's how my health narrative has been.
Yeah, it's like
I've been clearly violently unhealthy, and I've just been like, this is life, dude. What are you talking about? You can eat whatever you want. Who are these people doing whatever? Like,
yeah, dude, you gotta tell you can't. Like, if you're growing up, like, you get old and then you get sick and then you die. If that's what you tell yourself, you'll get old and sick and die.
Yeah, this is what I tell myself.
I'm gonna rough and tumble rascal.
I'm gonna rough and tumble, and I'm gonna die when I'm fucking soon. I'm gonna die soon
for sure.
I'm gonna explode soon.
I'm just gonna Mozambique, dude.
You're gonna run right off that cliff.
I'm gonna
straight out of the Mozambique.
I see a grandchild, I'll go, okay.
My work here is done.
Fucking leap. I'll probably get to the other side.
I would hold hands with you.
I'd probably get to. That'd be my problem. That's my curse.
You probably jump too far.
I'd leap to the other side. I'd cross the canyon.
Or that fucking butt tag would get caught on a tree. It'd be like a bungee cord. You got a sick butt tag, dude.
Yeah, this butt tag fucking sucks, dude.
Butt tags are awesome.
Yeah, now that it doesn't hurt.
If a chick had a thick butt tag hanging out, it might be pleasurable for anal
My friend
intercourse.
told me he was with a girl that had like a weird butt tag. Like, he was like, I think there's like a permanent butt fixture.
You might be stuck with that tag.
I thought about it. I was like,
whatever, who cares?
Got a girl who loves me.
Little fucking windsock going down when you take a shit. Every time you fart, it's like.
It's just a turd. All my turds get cut in half. It's like a log splitter, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah, every time I take a shit, it's like.
No, that made me laugh. Do you have the Patreon up right now?
Yeah,
shout outs, dude. Shout these boys out.
Make sure that I've been
recording.
Yeah, the Patreon. Yeah, the records are going. Let's see what's going on here, bruh. Motherfucking, you read these? Motherfucking Kyle Hall, dude, coming in with
shout out Kyle Hall.
Honest Abe.
Yo,
Woo.
how about that? How about that motherfucking Scott Snow, dude?
Damn, dude. Motherfucking Kayla, dude.
Kayla upped it.
Up in the antes, dude. Up in the stakes.
Yo, Joshua Wood, get your fucking dick wet, dude.
Scott Gullery deleted $1.
Scott, you broke pussy.
Yo, dude. Yo, that was the wrong time to fold him, bro.
You folded at the wrong time. Wait, does that mean he's done pledging to us? What the fuck,
bro.
Scott?
It's all good. Hey,
what
Scott,
happened, dude?
Do you, bro. We're not judging.
Kyle Hall. I think Kyle. Fuck it.
Who's Kyle Hall?
He was up there. I was like,
Kyle Little, baby.
Kyle
coming
Little.
In. $1, dude. Peter Devlin dropping it down.
Dude, how about Antonio M. Silva, dude? Nothing beats a good Hispanic. Wait, he deleted?
Yeah, he fucking abandoned the cause.
He fucking build the wall. Get him the fuck out of here.
We're gonna build a wall. We're gonna make him pay for it.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna build a Patreon and make Antonio M. Silva pay for it.
Yeah, dude. We had another. Kames coming in for the $1, dude. Matt Farmer.
Juice Nuggets.
Fuck, dude. Juice Nuggets. Butch. Got motherfucking Butch. Daniel McDonald.
Damn,
there we go.
Is this all?
Laura from GA, dude.
Laura
shout
from
out.
GA. I think we shouted out last time.
Did we? Shout out again. Joe Phillips fucking up in the ante. This is great. This is
great. Me and Matt are.
Oh my god.
So rich now.
Wow.
And by so rich, I mean not even 4 digits, but that's all right. We're flying. We're flying.
It, dude. I'm overwhelmed by the support.
We never got into this for the money. We never
Take it
will.
all away.
We never will.
No.
If we had zero money, we'd still be putting it out. But this is. I think it's nice that you guys did this Plus, we're going to start putting shit on there to actually give you a reason to do it instead of just being nice, which you guys are nice.
For sure.
It's crazy.
Loyal. Not even nice,
nice,
dude. They're fucking loyal, dude.
Loyal dogs, dude.
I don't know about you, but loyalty's number one to me.
Loyalty is number one to me.
It is, dude. For sure.
I'll allow some You'll allow some missteps, apparently. Woo! Yeah, where are we at on this? This is gonna be a short one because of the Patreon, dude.
We rocked out. We got an hour, dude.
Oh, we're at an hour.
We can't. We both fucking.
God damn.
Yeah, we're.
Oh, one more announcement.
What
If you're listening to this tonight or tomorrow, probably. You listen to this on Tuesday, and you have Sirius XM. Go ahead and tune in to Comedy Central Radio tomorrow around 6 to 8 p.m. Old Maddie McCuskey is going to be joining me and Danny Soder on The Bonfire from 6 to 8 p.m. on Comedy Central Radio. Wow,
that's crazy.
Finally, Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast hits the fucking big time, dude. Sirius XM's not going to know what to do.
No, they're going to shut down.
See us. Chances
Power
are,
might go out.
Chances are the studio shuts down.
Sure.
And then you and me just cross the street, go straight into Fox News.
For sure.
Start dishing out the truth.
For sure, dude. There's going to be news vans outside. There's going to be only Fox. Well, Fox. There's going to be news vans, and I'm going to be like, We only
talk to Fox.
Yeah, dude.
What would you say if Fox handed you a mic right now?
I'd just be like, thank you for doing fair reporting.
Would you say anything about the Clinton Foundation?
Oh, for sure, dude. I'd be like, dude. Well, who's like the main? Who's their main guy? I bet call Hannity right now.
I don't fucking know.
It's Hannity. I bet can we call Hannity?
Get
please?
Hannity on the line.
Get Shawnee down here.
Could we please talk to Sean?
Yeah, can we talk about the cabal?
Can we please talk about the cabal?
Yeah, I would walk past all the other press and like go on in my garden, dude. I'd find like a small patch of grass and be like, "Thank you for doing real reporting."
Yeah, you got to find the rose garden.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, bro.
And donate to the Patreon and listen to that episode. I think we'll have it up by then. Yeah. We'll figure out how to do that. Do you know how to do that? All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Praise the Lord, I was born to drive boat. Feeling like Slash in front of the chapel. I'm lean back with the Les Paul. Shit I smoke is like cholesterol. Spill dressing on the vest at the festival, the best of all. Had a midget Puerto Rican at my beck and call. Best believe that there was neck involved. Fuck around and almost wrecked the sub. We took